Alright everyone, good morning, good day, good afternoon. Grab another one of these guys. That person hasn't moved their car in weeks. The van is still filthy dirty. I think it's supposed to actually rain today. Yes, rain. But welcome back. It is another trash picking episode with the Newtown. Can't call this place the Newtown all year long, but maybe we will. Anyway, a little bit warmer out. Figure out probably people threw away more stuff. Got a whole bunch of insulation, which I might be needing. I just don't know if I trust insulation that's been out in the rain and all that. Let's make it a fun one. Trash picking with taco stacks. Hopefully a full episode, but let's make it a good one. Let's see what happens. Let's do it. Gotta actually jump up here, wipe off this camera. There we go, got that all cleaned up. It's all cloudy, and now we gotta stop on the other side of the road. Yeah, it's all cloudy. It's cloudy because it's got like salt residue on it. Got rid of a microwave. As the old saying goes with all these, you can take out the dish that's inside and try selling the dish. I think with time and everything, it's similar to vacuum cleaners. A lot of the parts, you know, it's not really worth it. Just go out and buy a new one. Obviously, if you just need a dish, though, I'd rather spend $20 on a dish than $300 on a microwave. I think that's common sense. Sort of, maybe a chair over here? What's this wood-looking thing? Is that actually old? You know what that might be? Well, it's custom built. Oh, we got something over here. It might be a radiator cover for a radiator. Kind of smells like waffles. This is one of those things that's probably better to try sell than scrap. I actually had a neighbor who was asking me for one of these, and I couldn't find one for the longest time. If Plating and this looks like a cheaper one, but if Plating and Sports was still buying this sports equipment like that, they would have easily bought that and probably given me way more than they should have. I haven't been to Plate Against Sports in a very long time. Actually, last time I went, I think, was Black Friday. It was the last time I was in there. They had a great special. Buy any item in the store for 50% off. New or used. So I bought a baseball glove. That was, I think, originally 200 bucks. And they had on sale for 100, and it was a super rare glove, but unless you knew baseball gloves, you would just know it based off of, you know, oh, it's a good quality glove. But it was a very limited edition one. I think I sold for like 300 bucks on eBay last fall, so that was pretty cool. That was the last time I was at Plate Against Sports. What is this? What is this? Is this a parking? Is this a four-way? What are you doing? Nuts. So kind of as expected, we are finding a lot more stuff today than we usually do in this town. However, someone did come along. Oh, put this guy with that guy. someone did come along and clip the cord on this. So there very well could be another scrapper out and about. First it smells like waffles, now it smells like burning rubber. Hopefully it's not my van. I never really got into it. A lot of people asked me about my Jeep when I had the Jeep issue. Let me say, cost is relative to everyone, but it wasn't cheap. It was the oil filter adapter. So that's in the housing area, had to be replaced. It was damaged beyond damaged. It's one of those things where the manufacturer really gets you, because it's not like replacing an oil filter or brake pads. It's so super specific to one vehicle. That van is still there. Maybe I should buy that van. That van's probably not going to sell for a while. But anyway, yeah, it was that, and it was not a cheap fix, unfortunately. And no, it was not something I could fix in -6-degree weather for that 2-week process we had. I know a lot of people like to say, you should do it yourself, you should do it yourself. I'm not a mechanic, I don't have a heated shop, I don't have the tools. Actually, I almost missed this. In fact, how do you even see this? Talking about recognizing things based off of their shapes, not necessarily what you kind of see. This is one where I recognize the shape of the side of it. I was like, oh, I know what that is. Unless you do this kind of stuff, that's probably not a very important part of your life to know what the shape of one of those things look like. Don't use that limited space we all have called storage, because unlike technology, you can't just add more. Actually, you probably lose some, right? You lose some storage as you get older. Memory starts going. You know what I think about today? I think today's a day I'll go to the scrapyard with my, oh jeez, my good copper. I was actually using my wire stripper yesterday. It was so nice out. I was in my barn. I was stripping copper wire. There you go, another microwave. Do I see a screw? No, it's a rock. But I was moving pretty good. Unfortunately, I didn't have music on. I think music probably would have made it feel like I'm not so by myself and depressing. You know, sit there and hear the wire stripper by yourself just. It's kind of it's a little bit depressing just being by yourself doing that. The only sound you hear is a motor of a machine. It's really raining. I was hoping it was going to rain at some point. The rain usually melts the snow pretty well, so yeah, maybe we'll make some money today. We'll take over the best copper we have, and enough of this $13, $20 days. We'll make some cash flow. All right, might be one of the last stops here this morning. I do like coming to this town for their community yard sale. I think I skipped last year. I think this year we're not going to focus so much on selling at flea markets this summer. Is that another microwave? I think it is. I really want to focus more on buying storage units, and then ideally buying better quality units. However, the very unfortunate thing with buying quality storage units is it no longer turns into quality, it turns into gambling. Which, when it comes to gambling, I really don't do a lot of it. I really don't do, when it comes to anything financially, I don't really do a lot of high risk, high uncertainty kind of stuff. It's kind of very just like, I'll take what I know and I'm willing to learn, but I'm not gonna do something crazy. But yeah, I really want to focus more on storage units here. And then I've been doing so well with the auction stuff. I'm thinking more about prioritizing that, and then also online sales if possible. We did a lot of flea market last year because if you guys might remember, last January and February last year, we cleaned out those 4 10 by 20 and 10 by 30 storage units, and they were full. So obviously you take all that inventory from a 10 by 30 unit or 10 by 20 unit, and there's 4 of them in total, it's got to go somewhere. So we had so much inventory for the flea market, whereas this year I probably have enough stuff for maybe 3 weeks. Just because I haven't really done a lot of auctions, because the auctions really aren't even popping up. There's no estate auctions going on now. But I really wanted to get back into doing storage units. They've just been going too incredibly high for my liking. Alright. So made it back. Yeah, found a bunch of stuff today. Kind of surprised about that. Got most of my scrap done. Or at least most of my scrap pile over here done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clip the cords off all this stuff, and I'm going to add that to the bucket. I'm going to run up to the barn and grab the bare bright copper. Like I said, we're going to bring that in. We're going to make some money. The reason why I'm doing that is actually because I think copper is kind of high right now, and I was watching the chart and it looks like it's starting to go down. So I'm not a big market guy, a market analysis guy, but when you see a chart like kind of forming a top of a candle and it starts going down, I'm thinking it's going down. So yeah, I really wish the snow would melt, because kind of made a track here, but I already feel snow in the side of my shoe. Not completely full, but there's enough in there. That stuff looks so nice. I know the Scrapyard guy's gonna love it. 34 degrees. I didn't even think about the weather at all today, aside from the rain. 34 degrees. Feels pretty warm. I was half expecting to have the main gate open. Let's do this, let's do that. Turn the headlights off. Alright, so we got the wire, which I dropped off wire yesterday. And now we have our bare bright copper. So I think I dropped off 8 pounds of wire yesterday, the last video, or whatever the video was. This is the good stuff. The good stuff. So I make some money. Some money. Alrighty, well, 6 pounds. That's all that was in that one bucket of the Bare Bright. $28. Can you believe that? Amazing, eh? 280 pounds of light iron. Literally 280 pounds as opposed to 6 pounds, and I got paid more money for the 6 pounds by $10. That is just remarkable, isn't it? I think it's crazy. That's crazy. It's like 1/30th, probably less than 1/30th the amount of weight, and you get paid more money. Anyway, that was that, and I got 7 pounds of the insulated wire. It came out to $55 for the grand total today. So it was a fun one, another one in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you guys enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe for more treasure hunts just like this, and stay tuned for more scrapyard runs as well as trash picking adventures. Catch me guys next time here with Taco Stacks. Until next time, have a great day. Keep living a dream. Peace.